Is this dick sucking going to give me these magic powers that enable me to suddenly do my job? No. There are not enough dicks in the office to suck for you to be better at your job. Hi guys, I'm Vanessa from the Vanessa Boss channel. Thank you for coming back and watching some more of my videos. Today I'm going to be ranting / discussing, because I'm a civil a topic that I was asked to speak on from my Instagram. So just a disclaimer before we start, I do rant a lot of my topics are controversial. I don't give a right? So let's get started. So the topic is from a follower of mine. She asked me essentially, do you need to sleep your way to the top of the entertainment industry? And she's specifically talking about in Korea. So here's a bit of background for people that don't know. I used to work in K-pop and entertainment and adult entertainment and just journalism, event management, organizing concerts. Like I was a jack of all trades. Now when it comes to adult entertainment, I've been heavily involved in that for about 11 years. I think we're going on 12 years now. I started when I was 17, so the adult entertainment industry is heavily involved in Asian entertainment, so K-pop. It's heavily involved in it. I think people don't really understand how heavily it is involved because it's masked really well. It's masked all over the world and all entertainment really well. So the question being, do you need to sleep your way to the top? That's really hard to say because, for example, if you're in a management position, you're in a staff position, so you need to perform staff duties, you know, like marketing or organizing or engineering, sound engineering, or like logistics or things like that. No, you do not need to sleep your way to the top. Let me tell you why. I don't understand like why people would think you do, because once you're there, you still got to do your job. Like if I'm sucking some dick and I'm like suddenly like a manager of the logistics department for like Big Bang or something, and is this dick sucking going to give me these magic powers that enable me to suddenly do my job? No. So there's two issues with this mentality of people thinking, oh, she slept her way to the top. I used to get this all the time, like, you slept your way to the top. No, no, no. No, you know I didn't. I was just fucking amazing, okay? Girls don't need to use their vagina to be amazing. When you think somebody needs to sleep their way to the top of the entertainment industry, one issue is you don't think they're actually talented enough to get there themselves, no matter how much hard work they did or they didn't. Do you know what I mean? Secondly, whoever the fuck they're sucking dick of or like sleeping with to get somewhere, so like some CEO, like they're fucking him and then he's gonna push this bitch up the ladder. Like this bitch better be fucking talented to get up the ladder, do you know what I mean? Because she's gonna have to work around a lot of other people that are gonna be like, this bitch don't know what she's doing. And then all these people around her are gonna have to pull the fucking reins and carry her workload up the fucking ladder to accommodate her, do you know what I mean? And then they're all gonna look at this CEO dude and be like, why do you keep doing this to this bitch? And then, do you know what I mean? It just doesn't work. Like, I'm sure it happens, but it's not feasible and it's not sustainable because maybe she'll go 1 or 2 ranks up the ladder and then people are gonna be like, you need a performance review, it ain't working, hey. There are not enough dicks in the office to suck for you to be better at your job. You still got clients, you still need to answer to stakeholders, you still need to do all that shit. Like that is a lot of dick sucking. And let me tell you, if this bitch is that good to be sucking dick and climbing the ladder like that, she should not be working in a company. She should be working as a prostitute because I'm sure she could earn a lot more money than if she was in some fucking company. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, we're back to this bitch being like the manager of logistics company because she sucks some guy's dick. So she's still there, right? She's still gonna have to be like, how do I do logistics, right? So she's still gonna have to be somewhat skilled in this department she's like found herself in. And then on the other hand, the second point is this dude that she's obviously slept with to get somewhere. He has people to answer to and he has gotten to where he is out of his own skill and his own performance. So I highly doubt this is going to be giving away positions within power of his company for a little bit of sucky dick. Do you know what I mean? Like, he could get his dick sucked anywhere. Let me tell you. especially in Korea, like anywhere. And he's like chosen this bitch, and then he has to give her in return some like position. No, he could go down the fucking back to Hooker Hill and get a bitch for like $150 and then done and dusted. And he don't need to give her some shit back. Do you know what I mean? Customers aren't paying for the sex necessarily. They're paying for them to go away. They pay for privacy and they pay for essentially leave. There's the door. They're not paying, this is why I tell my girls all the time, they're not paying for, babe, why didn't you answer the message? Babe, can you give me this? Can you pick up my tampons? They're not paying for that shit. That's what their girlfriend and wife is for. They're paying a prostitute to suck the dick and fucking leave. So when you think about like, do you need to sleep your way to the top? Excuse me, are we thinking about this CEO that does not want to be fucking bothered by your hoe ass and knocking on his door being like, I'll suck your dick if you give me a raise? I'm sorry. I don't think he wants to be bothered with that. So just think about it more logically, right? So when people used to say to me, did you sleep your way to the top? If I could have, I would have, because like sleeping with someone is really low effort if I can get a really great paying job. But it doesn't work that way. Instead, I have to put in hours upon hours upon fucking hours of sleepless nights, working my goddamn ass off to get to my position. So I'm sure there would be a lot of bitches out there that would do a little bit of a sick, sucky dicky thing, or a little bit of a like fucky fuck and then get a high paying job. Like, I'm sure a lot of bitches would be up for that. Let's not lie. Okay, so now we're on to the second point of the question, which I think this person is asking me about, which is, do entertainers sleep their way to the top? That's a big fat yes. Not always. Not always. But sometimes. Yes, some performers, up and coming people, do need to suck a bit of dick. There are loads of clubs in Korea and in Japan, and I want people to understand that Japan is a little bit more tame when it comes to exploitation and like pressuring girls and performers. Korea is a lot more hardcore. Like, get in there and suck some dick or get the fuck out. So when you have a hostess club, there's lots of services that are available in hostess clubs. It can be just sitting and talking, sex, and just be blowjobs, and just be handjobs. And then there's a whole other avenue. There's sponsorship, which is essentially going on dates, getting seen with certain people. So like an up and coming idol will go to like on a holiday with some guy and his mates on a yacht or some shit, and he'll pay like $10,000 for that. And that doesn't involve anything sexual. So it's like set out parameters. And then she'll go on that and he gets to show off that like, oh, look, I'm on a date with this bitch. And then that's it. And if he wants to go on a dinner date with her, it costs money. And usually up and coming artists, that's how they fund their albums and shit. Not all the time, by the way. So don't get carried away and be like, this bitch is talking about everyone. No, I'm not. Like a VIP experience, when you buy a VIP ticket, you can go backstage and you get to shake their hand and take a photo together. It's similar like that, but then you get the guys that will go on dates with these girls for a certain amount of money. These girls, it is a choice, because otherwise it'd be human trafficking, but it's a choice as in like, you want to be an artist, you've signed a contract with this company, and this company needs you to do this to get money. And if you refuse, the company will be like, so we're gonna kick you out. It's very common, to the point that a lot of people just know that it's expected. And some companies are not as vicious on the girls doing that as other companies. I think in the last 18 months to 2 years, I think since about 2018, it's not as widely practiced. It was horrific in the early 2000s. 2010, I mean. It was just everywhere, and it was really common and really public that idols would be out on sponsorship dates, or like people could even fuck them for a certain amount of money that was pretty popular. Of course, it was never advertised or anything like that because being a prostitute in Korea is illegal, but they don't call it prostitution, they call it sponsorship. But now I think with the feminist movement and the Burning Sun situation happening, they're locking down a lot of shit. Some of the girls that you see in these idol groups, they were found in hostess bars. They were found in brothels and they were recruited. And if they failed in their debut, they were just sent the f back. In Japan, I actually worked with a hostess club whose owner was also a director of one of the biggest entertainment companies in Japan. He would go through and he would every couple of years pick out girls for his new little idol group, and then he would mold them. He would pick them out of his hostess clubs, I mean, and he'd mold them, put them through training, and then he would like try to debut them and see how they went, and if they weren't as successful as getting sponsors and with the general public and whatnot, he would just like remove them and put them back into the hostess clubs. And of course, throughout the process, girls can leave whenever the f they want. They don't chain them to a dungeon. These girls are very hungry for the entertainment life. They want to be a singer, they want to be like an idol, so they genuinely understand that that's what you have to do if you want to get there. Like, you can't, it's not like in the Western world, you can't just turn up and be like, I want to be a singer, and then put it on YouTube and see how you go. Nowadays you can, but I'm talking about back in the day. Yeah, so he would go through with his mates, and like, he owned the place, so he could just pick and choose, and he'd say to some pretty young 19-year-old Japanese girl, are you interested in becoming an idol? And she'd be like, oh my god, yeah! And he would say, great. So this is what you're gonna have to do if you wanna do it, you know, go and make my friend happy. Then I will be able to tell whether you're able to pull through, you know, and try really hard with all your sponsors and your fans. There have been several documented cases of sexual assault on females in the entertainment industry, in the performance sector. There has been several idols that have committed suicide. There's one idol in particular that wrote a letter detailing what she was forced to do before she committed suicide. I have a very good idea of the extent of it. However, I wasn't directly involved in any women that didn't want to do it. And I think a lot of women in entertainment, especially if they want to be idols, like, they will put themselves through things that make them so uncomfortable because they look at the end goal of like, I'm going to be rich and famous. I think people take advantage of people's hunger for fame and people's willingness to do anything for fame. As much as I talk about my involvement in it, I have absolutely no involvement in anything that women didn't want to be involved in. Always the one that was like, excuse me, I think we've got a little bit of a problem. So I was like booted out of so many fucking clubs. I've even like physically fought several men because I've seen them like abuse women, physically like slap women, and I'll be like throwing hands, I'll be in there being like, excuse me. Entertainment is a huge industry. It brings in a lot of money, and there are a lot of people in it that take advantage of people's hunger for fame. And there's a lot of women that use their bodies and personal skills to advance themselves in entertainment. That's very true. So we don't need to look at all women as victims, because a lot of them aren't. A lot of them take advantage of what they have going on to get higher up in whatever they're looking at. So I think we need to look at this industry and this topic as very open-minded, because I have worked with a lot of women that will go to extreme lengths to get what they want, and they're happy with that. They don't care at all. They want to do that. So kudos to them. So we have no place to say, oh my God, they're all victims, or like, men shouldn't take advantage of all these women, all these entertainment men are bad. We have to look at it objectively, and each individual person has their right to do what they want, as long as it is their right. They have a right to say no and yes. So that's my 2 cents on the topic. Hopefully I've opened your mind a little bit, or talked some sense into some of you. Comment below, share on Instagram, tell everybody about how cool I am, subscribe if you want to. Oh no, I don't give a shit. I do, I care. Do I care? Yeah, I care. Otherwise, why am I doing this? Of course I care. Okay, bye.